Have you ever wanted to create a chunky knit blanket? Come along with me. Create your slip knot first. You're going to loop it over this way, then bring your loop over the yarn here and pull it through. You don't need to pull it too tight, but tight enough to stay. So you've got your tail end and your working yarn here. So you'll want your loops to be about 3 fingers wide. And this is so that, yeah, it looks really, really loose, but this is so that you'll have a nice braided edge on the bottom, and you're going to put more loops through these loops, so you want them wider than you think. Each blanket is about 27 to 35 chains long to begin with, and it just depends on your finger width and how long you want your blanket. That's why you may hear different stitch counts for different inches for different people. So once you get your length that you want, you're going to want to turn your work over. Turn the chain over for that braided finished beginning edge. These little bumps right here, those are called your dragon back. And we're going to use those. We're going to push your working yarn through each of those little loops on the back. And it's that middle loop that you'll see in the middle. This is part of the reason why your beginning chain is loose. So each loop here should be about 2 fingers wide. So I'm going to go a little quicker here just for time's sake, but you're pushing through every single one of those little dragon back bumps all the way to the end. I do always check to make sure my loops are even and that I have no gaps in that working yarn as well. So when you get to this end loop here, the very last loop through the dragon's back should be 3 fingers wide, and that's going to give you a braided edge on the side. As you knit, keep your tension consistent. So that's in your working yarn, but also in the yarn that goes from one stitch to the next, so you don't have big gaps. Double check the size of your loops and just kind of put them next to each other to make sure that they're even throughout. And you'll see me do this throughout the whole thing almost. I double check, not every single one of them, but most of them, because you can kind of feel that they're 2 fingers wide. But it's nice to have an even, consistent blanket. This last loop right here, the end stitch, should be 3 fingers wide again for that braided edge on this side. So that's called a drop stitch, and that's exactly what you do to make your blanket very even on each side. It's totally possible to get that texture that you're looking for. So the tighter your loops, the less pliable your blanket will be. It'll still be soft, but the wider your loops, the more it will drape, if that makes sense. So you can do it however you want it, and it's totally possible. Such an amazing, fun hobby to start. And now you just repeat until you get the length of the blanket that you want. So follow for part 2, and that's finishing off your blanket.